Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, world. My name is Barrister Pink Republic, aka the Princess of Umokbu Oka Anambra State. I want you all, the video might be a little bit, I don't say it's long, a little bit long, but I want you all to listen to me with an open heart, open mind. Sometimes the fear our parents instill in us might make most of us end up like Favour in the Odogwu Asaba matter. When I was growing up, my mother told me if a man touches you, you are pregnant already. She did not explain to me if the man is going to sleep with you or penetrate you. She said if a man touches you. That thing was like a fear I had throughout my life. Because from where I come from, once a lady give birth to a child without being married, they say the child belongs to the father. So, and the child might be bearing the name of the father. So it was like at the back of my head. I have to be very, very careful. I have to be very, very careful. So I was in JSS2, you know, this crazy Valentine nonsense. I'm somebody that is fixed, straightforward, my mind. And a guy they call Ugochukwu, a student, we were all in JSS2, tapped me. You know, I'm always somebody that, because they told me if a man touches you, you're pregnant. And I'm always like this when people try. See, today, if somebody tried to touch me, I would just like move. I don't want them to touch me. So it's been there at the back of my mind. But there was something I noticed. This guy tapped me. Not only did he tap me, immediately, you know, when your brain, the way your brain works, is not the way my brain works, right? Immediately he tapped me, and I'm already like, what? A man tapped me? And he was just bringing Valentine card with a complete set of neck with the earrings and everything like that, and there was a leg chain there. Don't know if you thought I'm one of Banji that wears a leg chain. I don't wear leg chain. He brought everything, and he told me that happy Valentine, a very beautiful lady, a very beautiful girl. I wish, what's all those words? Let me remember. You are the love ever since I've seen you, since you enter, something like that, JSS1. You understand? I cannot hide my feelings again. I want to tell you that I really love you. And he said my chinko. Everything was too much for me. I started crying. People started laughing. Like she's crying. And yeah, I was crying like, why do you think of loving me? Why? How did your brain go there? Why now you touch me, I'm not pregnant? I cried like a child. No trust. Now that kind of cry, you cry and say, I believe I am pregnant now. That was the kind of cry. If I cry like this, it might be messy. It might be messy if I cry. But I cried out. And people now noticed that it was serious for me. And they took us to the teacher's staff room. And our PE master was the one that his office was before the main staff rooms. Because I was very good with sports. And he took me and it was like, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on? I was crying. You know, see, that kind of cry, I've been crying it from home. Whereby if I cry, my mother anywhere will hear my cry and come and find out who is the person that maybe, last born things. We carry it and enter school. Last born things. That kind of cry that will put you in trouble. I was crying. Hey! It meant small. Let me start shouting, Ariebomo! Ariebomo! No. It was not like that. Because my environment was not like that. But I was crying. And the PE master was like, what happened? I said, this guy touched me. I'm now pregnant. He said, touch me. Immediately he had it. Touch what? Penetration. And the guy said, no, I just stopped her. I wish her happy Valentine with a cat and a chain. And the nurse says, looking at me like, I was crying. And that cry made them take me very seriously. I cried. And the nurse said, who told you that if a man touches you that you get pregnant? My mom said if a man touches you and I should not be staying somewhere like a private place with a man talking or people talking. I should go home straight from school. He started laughing, and this guy called the other staff. They came to his office to come and see somebody like a circus, right? It's not a circus. And when they explained to them, they started laughing. They said, no, what your mother meant was that if a man touches you, penetrates, as in they penetrate you. My mother didn't tell me anything about sex. This was the word she just told me. And they were the ones explaining to me, your mother meant that you should not be in a private place with people. Yeah, you must see, yeah, she said something that you must see somebody around before you sit and chat with people. Don't just sit down and start. In short, the rules were long. But my mother actually gave me freedom. I do my birthdays in my house. I don't do higher special place. No, every of my birthday, I've always done it in my house. That dance you want to dance it here. In short, my mother won't cook my food until I rebelled and I cooked my own food once upon a time and she was angry with me. But the truth about this whole thing is that my mother did not actually explain to me all those sexual things. She just said, don't allow a man to touch you. So my brain did not go there. I'm not a gen, what do they call these people? Gen, I don't know, but they are so advanced for me to goggle. There was no goggle there. It was all what they tell you, you just believe, right? Why I'm telling this story and why I'm sharing this story with you all is because of the Favour and the Odogwu matter. This lady has a mother. This lady, her mother, she's a twin. It was later on we found out from the whole thing that she was a twin. When I read what her twin sister narrated about what transpired between she and Odogwu, it was the fear of her mother, maybe parents, but her mother. Her mother in the community keep telling everybody that her daughter is a virgin. Good. But what measures did she take to make sure that that thing will retain? Because someone like me, I've never lived alone. I don't know the wiseness people wise. I don't travel with people I don't know. I travel with my family only. You cannot come with your own ideas to force me to do things I don't want to do. My mother taught me that. And I stand firm that is into my bone marrow. I will keep telling you, my mother is dead, but it's like if I'm speaking, you think my mother is still alive, because this was the thing she told me. She always tell me, don't go to strange places with friends. You must tell me the address where you're going to. Before I go to that place, she will make sure she has have an encounter with the person's parents. Okay, you people are actually having a party. Okay, she will come. Do you understand? It's like security measures that are being, I was somehow controlled. I lived in a very controlled space. But she gave me freedom. Do you understand? Me and my mother, we gist very, very well. And I can't lie to her. I will tell her everything that happened. If you are telling me in those days that, please don't tell your mother, you have even entered trouble. Because you would have just closed your mouth. Maybe by the time I get home, I will forget. But once you just tell me by mistake back then, don't tell your mother. It's like the antenna is ringing. The next thing I'll be shouting is, let me get home and tell mommy. Let me get home and tell mommy. So it's better you don't tell me, don't tell your mother, because I might forget. I'm somebody that I move on quickly, yeah. When I forgive somebody, I just move. That is how my life is. I don't like carrying too much heat, except I've decided to cut you off, because see that part of the Bible when the Bible say when somebody is bringing trouble to you, cut off. I know how to apply that part very well. If I know somebody is unnecessarily troublesome, I just cut off the person and pretend I see the person. I might walk past you because you did not want me to rest. So I have decided to build a wall around you. Coming back to Favor's matter, the mother was telling everybody that Favour is a virgin, but Favour is no longer under your care. And how old is Favour? I don't think she's more than 20, but she's living alone. She's living in another state, right? And which gave her the opportunity. I saw all her dance. Hey, if my mother was alive, this is how she will be on my matter. You see all those things, all those thoughts I'm reading, I will drop for you people. She will finish reading it, say nothing. Then when you come inside, she will be talking and land on that point. I don't understand. Can you explain? I will explain in one way or the other. The explanation will come outside. I don't know why people are quick and always in a hurry to leave their parental care, as in they don't want to live under their parents anymore. They always feel uncomfortable to live under a guardian that will be fixed on what you are doing. People don't know how that thing will help your life, because you would have entered a lot of trouble. Do you understand? You would have entered a lot of trouble if you are not under parental. You are a lady, you are not a man. I'm telling people, you might say it's an archaic law, but I'm telling you as a single girl, live under a guardian or your parents. If you want to take over the expenses in your family, please do that. But living alone just because you want your freedom, I don't know the freedom you are looking for. But sometimes you see that word when you want to step out, that word your mother or your father will tell you and say, go and come back. Just that word, go and come back. If you're in that party, you want to do bad thing, you remember that your parents want you go and come back. You see, even if your children are living under you, don't put too much fear in them. Do you understand? Don't put too much fear in them that now there was a penetration, which is a different matter I will read for you. But the fear of her mother, lack of communication with your children, can make you lose that child. But you've been trying to preserve them all this while. But there are measures for you. You have to give them the freedom to speak with you. Even if you believe that what they've said is bad, there's what they call correction with love. Some people will draw out cane. Not only did they draw that cane to scare the child, they will draw out cane, flog the child. You know all these women they've been catching that have been flogging children up and down. Some people is their own children too. They will do the same. It is also criminal. That's what people don't understand. They will flog that child so much that the child will now build one immunity and a lie just to cover up every bad things they've been doing. You understand? So sometimes like this, there's difference between spare the rod and spoil the child. No. They have different kind of punishment you can give to a stubborn child. Oh yeah, face the wall. When you find out that that child too is a very, very naughty child, pick pin. When you find out that that child is extremely naughty, after all this one, you still say, buy exercise book. Tell the child, say, make they write, may God forgive you. By the time you write it all the page, you will see there's a difference with that child. And most times when parents flog children without explanation, it becomes a problem for that child. You just flog them anyhow. Somebody stole the whole children, you flog your whole children. You've never thought of, let us all search for the money. It's a punishment too. Let's start searching for the money. Room to room. Off your tap sometimes. Tell them to go and be fetching water from downstairs tap and be putting in everybody's room. It's a form of punishment. Or you give them, let them do 15 decades of the rosary. If you are a Catholic, you understand what I mean. You have not finished the first 5 decades. It's 15. That is the way of... do you know when I was a child, it was like robot-like. We go to block rosary. We go to mass, evening mass. We don't joke with evening mass. And guess what? My mother is the leader. She will carry us. So it's not that only us will be going there. So by the time you carry these children every time, they see you, the leader. It's not that you be telling them don't drink beer, but you bring beer and be mixing it in front of them. What are you teaching? Don't drink alcohol, but you are drinking the alcohol in front of them. Some parents, it's not that they don't drink, but they'll go somewhere stylishly, drink it, not in front of the children. I think there should be a school on how to train a child and how to become a good parent, not only for your child, but for people that live with you. Some people will deliberately starve people that live with them. They call it punishment. When you are doing things, you don't do things because of you are doing things. Selfishness goes in. I want to read one paragraph. Favor's twin sister from her talk. I want to read one paragraph for you. So you know this girl got infection, they call it staphylococcus, and she started calling the Odogwu Asaba for money, right? So I want you to look what she said. She said her sister said the entire experience deeply affected Favour. The trauma, fear, shame, and anxiety became overwhelming every time she saw their mother. She became distressed because she was carrying a secret she couldn't bring to herself to reveal. What are you doing that your child cannot speak to you? How disciplined, let it be only you this stringent, are you disciplining your child that your child cannot say, "Mommy, this uncle touched me on my bust," and your mother will turn and say, "What? Don't do that again, I will call the police." What relationship do you have with your children that they cannot speak to you? People need to be thinking. They should start discussing. It's not every time. It's good to quote the Bible for your children, but you have to be open enough to have listening ear. Listen to them. Don't put fear in them for discussing personal things with you. She actually killed herself. If you have told, if the mother is that kind of person that is open to her, she would have told the mother, "Mommy, this man raped me." You understand? The mother would have taken steps, invite the police, do this and do that, so that all those your friends that you are bragging with, that your child is a virgin, we understand that she has lost it and it was taken by force. It is not a shame to the extent that you kill yourself. A lot of people, you don't even know their story. They were actually virgins, but it was taken from them by force. But they discussed with their parents about it. They had an open discussion, and it starts from your parents. How did they treat you when you come to them? Did they give you listening ear? They want to so many parents want to detect for you throughout your life, and that thing will leave that child unhappy, because what they would have done or loved to do, they could not do it. So I want us to pay attention to this. This will help a lot of people. Just pay attention. That's why I like reading, so it will be very fast. So in Nigeria, rape is legally established the moment non-consensual sexual penetration of the vagina, anus or mouth occurs with any part of objects. Whether you use stick or you use these their sex toys to penetrate the person, it will still be a rape. And most people don't know that even if you and the person have already agreed to meet, you already did bed naked and you changed your mind, and the lady says, no, I don't want to do this again, and you forced her even after she has told you no, it is still rape, just in case you don't know. So you have to learn to have what? Self-control as a man. Intentionally penetrates the vagina, anus or mouth of another person with any part of his or her body or anything else. Most people don't know that men too are being raped. Yeah. When we're in the university, some girls raped a man at Iba. I went to Lagos State University. Some girls actually raped a man, a student, their fellow student at Iba. That was my first time I heard of something like that. So according to the other person does not consent to the penetration. That's what I explained. Even if una don't consent, but the person, the lady or the person change his or her mind, it is what? Rape. So prohibition is noted by violence against persons, that is under the Prohibition Act 2015. This crime is prosecuted using regional and national framework. So most people don't understand this thing, that under the Islamic law, they have ways they punish people. Because most people have been inboxing me this. I don't even know where to start explaining to them, because if you are not knowledgeable in law, even if you are not a lawyer, but you read, you understand where I'm coming from. The penal code are ways they punish people under the Islamic law, which people call Sharia. It has been in existence for a very long time, which is mostly in the northern part of Nigeria. And sometimes it's binding on you if you have accepted it, you understand, as your religion, because there's still this argument if it's under the law that you or your religion. But what I'm trying to say is that penal code operates mostly in the north, and it is constitutional, and it is under our criminal code. So let me explain this thing. So the penalties governing the law rape based on location and specific statutes applied. Criminal code, which I just explained, applies in all southern states, while penal code applies in all northern states. Criminal laws of Lagos, CLL, applies only in Lagos State. Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, VAPPA, applies only in the FCT, as noted by laws on rape. So let me break this one. I want you to understand that In Nigeria, we have different kind of laws, but it carries weight because some people also lie against other people that they rape them. Do you understand? Some people, especially we women, we are vulnerable, so the law protects us a lot. But there are some women that have used it as a weapon. If they find out you lied, you will also go to jail. In short, you will pay for lying against somebody, because if that person was found guilty with all your lie evidence, the person will face a heavy punishment and lose their reputation, lose their life. You know, in Lagos State now, if you're a sexual, if you abuse children, you will not be named, listed. There is a register now for that, whereby you will know. You know, in the US, your name, your location, when you Google, you will see all the people that they've listed as predators. So when there's a case of rape or death of a child, these are the first people they usually go to. Like, where were you at this time? They will ask them. So these are the things. You'll be questioned, and you always see the police in front of your yard. You understand? So, you know, a lot of people don't understand this. That is why they blame a rape victim. That the girl is wearing a short skirt and dancing. Let me ask you a question. Is she dancing for you? Is she wearing that short skirt for you? Is she whining that waist for you? Even I think in the Bible, they say when you stare at somebody, they use the word stare. And you lustfully, they say lustfully stare at somebody. It is the same. Why do you stare at somebody that is dancing? Have you not seen somebody dancing before? I see people putting blame on other people for being raped. No, there is nothing like blame game here. The person you should blame is the person that became aroused. Because why? They actually have houses for all those kind of things. Go there. But a young girl decide to maybe sell her brand. Is it today you are seeing? Haven't you seen your sisters naked? Didn't you bath your younger ones? Didn't your sisters will wear ileke? They will dance native dance? Why were you not aroused? Though I noticed that some incest have started happening. But you cannot blame a rape victim. That is why most of them commit suicide. And what people don't understand is that because of this social media, they create fake accounts, they come to people, insult people. No, God is watching. God is the God of justice. He is watching every one of you who has blamed a rape victim. Instead of blaming the person that raped her, you are asking, what is she wearing? Don't you know that some people are gullible? As you see me like this, you think I get complete sense. Not all sense complete. Oh. You get it, go talk now. I feel close eye like this. You get to go use pull cloths. I feel close eye like this. But you don't know, you might not know until it happens. You think everybody is so intelligent that you tell them to come. Why? She trusts that you are not even paying attention that this guy teaches people how to make content online. I just even remember that I also shared this guy's video when he stopped somebody for sexual trafficking, for being trafficking. The people told the lady to come to, I think, Onitsha or something like that, that they will take her to go abroad. Very fine yellow girl. When you keep seeing people like this, you trust the person. A lady in Nigeria actually a few years ago died because the people she was communicating with on Facebook, she trusted them at last. Thought that they were normal people, not knowing that going to buy goods has turned to her death. You have to be very careful how you trust people to an extent that you become vulnerable. Not everybody have that complete sense. Some people, no matter the intelligence, they might do foolish things without them knowing. So stop blaming people. Okay, we have said enough of this, but I want to move over to the Abacha story. How did it come out again Why are we speaking about Abacha's death again? Why? Because there is a new story to what we know. When we were growing up, Abacha died, a lot of people were rejoicing. I was very, very young. I was wondering why people were rejoicing. They say Abacha died. Oh wow, he died. I did not grab the whole story. It was later on in my life I found out Abacha was a dictator. I didn't know much about what he does. But the news they gave us then, they said an Indian gave our own Abacha a military government for that matter. Stringent. That now Apple, Indian women come give her. This story went like wildfire. Just imagine there was no social media then. Oh. I don't know who told that old Jew, that lie. Hey! Say Indian women gave our own Abacha poison. Do you know who is Abacha? He was the president of what? Nigeria under the military. He has been paying us since his death. So we've been hearing Abacha loot. That is the only ancestor that have died and been paying us money. We've been hearing a lot. We'll just sit down one country, we just call Nigeria. Say, una money there here. When I can collect. That is the only ancestor that kept money for us in future. So let's continue. So now Apple Indian women gave him. That was the story. I don't even know who started this story. If you know the person that started this story, please put it under these comments. Because people like myself would like to know. Now the story has changed. Oh. He don't change. The story don't change. I just saw bagam, one headline, somebody sent that to my box. What I saw was, I did not kill him, he died on top of me. Now the story has changed from Indian woman to an Igbo girl. Is it politics they want to play now? Or is there something else behind this story? Well, let me read it. The lady who was with former military head of state, General Sani Abacha, when he suddenly died, said she didn't kill him, claiming that he died on top of her during sexual intercourse. A retired security operative, Dennis Amakri, said the lady, an Igbo pharmacist, he said they don't push her, made the confession when he interrogated her over Abacha's mysterious death. That is the Nation newspaper is the one that is reporting this. So how come the Indian story flew so high? We did not hear this story then. What could they ask? So I got to say. Amakri, who gave his own version of Abacha's last moments, clarified that the former military ruler passed on around 4 a.m. in June 8, 1998 at the Asu Villa, Abuja, in the presence of the lady during an intimate affair. When they were doing in Kwakwa, this thing happened in our Asu Villa. Assaulting our villa. Okay. I want to ask, this Amakri, where have you been all these years that this Indian story has been flying? Why now? I ain't gonna do myself. Abacha was Nigerian military ruler between November 1993 and July 1998, when he suddenly died at 54. Given the manner of his death, there was speculation about what killed him and the circumstance of his death. The lady pharmacist's account, on whom Abacha apparently had a coitus-induced cardiac arrest. So, it no be poison, na arrest, cardiac arrest, remains the true position and puts an end to the conspiracy theory and half-truths that have gone viral, he stressed. Amakri, who was the Assistant Director of Operations and Intelligence of the Lagos State SS Command at the time of Abacha's death, emphasized that any other narrative is an act of deceit and a disservice to our countrymen and women. Oga, we have been in civilian rule since Obasanjo entered. That was 1999. You had the freedom to share this story. Why didn't you share it? this is too much for me to take. So does the Igbo girl look like India? I don't understand, because I am now confused. He made the revelation in his page, in his 33-48 page book, just released, titled DSF at 40, My Journey Behind the Shades. The retired Assistant Director of Department of State Service said after witnessing Abacha's death, the lady pharmacy, India Nona Medical Association, have been seeing people's handwork. You people are pion 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 everywhere. Do you people know what I'm saying? The other one they say is a therapist, now a pharmacist. The first thing she said to me was, I did not kill him. He died on top of me. After her detailed account, I called the director in Abuja and she was immediately flown back, the author said. How far the girl? At least give us a letter. And 2, does she look Indian? And number 3, is she yellow like India? So I ain't gonna do question, because using the Igbo name anyhow, you know, we Igbos, we get high blood pressure, we get hypertension, then they call our name anyhow. Like, where are you heading to? So as an Igbo girl now, I'm asking Mr. Mokere, why didn't you say it then? Why now? Your book, and I must buy that book. Let me get other information. That place, because my eye is like this, staring at you, because I don't understand. So let me quickly move over to the next segment, which is movies, because the 2 movies I just explained to you is a complete movie. I am telling you, Nigerian directors are not doing well. Favour Story is a blockbuster. Abacha Story, this new one now, they told us now, is a blockbuster. So let me go back to the real story. So the real story is, this one is called Death Watch. It's a 2025 movie. I remember when this film came outside, it was shown in the cinemas. I wished to watch this movie. The setting is in India, and you can watch this movie on Prime Video. Very interesting, A to Z. I can tell you, your time will not be wasted for watching this video. I love the suspense, the communication, everything about this movie was top notch. Guess what? Before I started watching that movie, there's one that was here. I will not mention that movie. Let it not be as if I spoil somebody's idea. A movie. It's still on that Prime, but oh God, the film where this film, they did this film. You see that country that is always doing banter with Nigeria, that is always doing comparison. That is where that film is coming from. I was watching that film, I was crying. You think I was crying because I'm enjoying the film or somebody died or something there? No, I was crying because my eyes are suffered. I've never seen poor acting in my life. Oh God, help me. Do not let me see that kind of film again in my life. Whenever that film come in front of me, that kind of movie come in front of me, oh God, press a button, let it enter some kind of film, be like Death Watch. You see, sometimes like this, it's not about the quality of the camera. When I watch that film that Uche Montana did, what is that film again? Where she suffered. The camera might not be top notch, but you see that storyline. The people that acted that movie, oh God. Uche Montana, I owe you a trophy. I must give you something for that your movie. Do you know that you'll be watching film, you'll be crying, people will think you're enjoying the movie. You are crying that they wasted money. I will not call that movie, let you not be as if I've spoiled their markets. But they should never ever, Prime, you people should go back to your collection and know how to handpick good movies. Okay, hey, but I will not call the name of the movie so that I will not spoil the person's effort. At least let the person recuperate the money that they spent on that movie. So I close my mouth. But Death Watch is a must watch. You watch movie. You watch movie. You know that you watch movie. So I recommend that movie. Don't forget to follow me for more Follow my video, like my video, share my video if you can. But don't forget to shop with us at Antoinette Supermarket, 87B Olani Street, New Okoba, Lagos. Bye for now.